Well, you see, no matter how hard you work, the people must be able to see the manifestation of the efforts that are being put in place. But generally speaking, and with the outcome of the series of demonstrations, what is happening in the social media, the gory pictures that is being circulated all over the place, I don't think, for me, in my own personal opinion, I don't think government has done enough in that regard. But government says they are working towards resolving this matter. But why must we wait till the issue degenerate to this gory state? It's quite pathetic. You know, I feel sorry. I feel so pained with the quality of life that we have lost in this country. Innocent lives who have done nothing wrong, who went about their normal peasant farming businesses. I can invest in a farm and you just bring your cattle to just eat over everything. I think we have to be very frontal in this regard. But like I always say, let us allow Nigerians have the liberty to determine who leads them at any point in time.
The issue of security is very paramount to each and every citizen, not only the president and commander-in-chief, who the Constitution and God has entrusted our care to him. I don't think he has been indifferent. Let me remind you, on the 30th of April 2015, or about that time, there was a problem in Enugu South and Enugu North. You remember, the single Senator Otazi brought a motion. When I was contributing, I said that I started by commending the president for acting promptly by directing the security agencies to move into that situation. In the case of Benue, he sent the Minister of Interior to go to the place. He personally directed the Inspector General of Police to go to Benue, to move his operational base to Benue, to ensure that the mayhem is contained, to ensure that normalcy is returned, to ensure that those of them that may have a hand are brought to justice. Has he not acted?
Former President Obasanjo also took a swipe at President Buhari on a criticism which has been constant since he came into power: nepotism. In his words, but there are three other areas where President Buhari has come out more glaringly than most of us thought we knew about him. One is nepotic deployment bordering on clannishness and inability to bring discipline to bear on errant members of his nepotic court. This has grave consequences on performance of his government to the detriment of the nation. It would appear that national interest was being sacrificed on the altar of nepotic interest. Former President Obasanjo also lambasted the country's two major political parties, the ruling All Progressives Congress (APC) and opposition People's Democratic Party (PDP). He says, quote, "I have had occasion in the past to say that the two main political parties, APC and PDP, were wobbling. I must reiterate that nothing has happened to convince me otherwise. If anything, I'm reinforced in my conviction. We need a coalition for Nigeria. Such a movement at this juncture needs not be a political party, but one to which all well-meaning Nigerians can belong. That movement must be a coalition for democracy, good governance, social and economic well-being and progress. Coalition to salvage and redeem our country." End of quote. Former President Obasanjo also advised President Buhari not to seek re-election in 2019.
What we all need to understand is that the president has a right to seek re-election, and that right cannot be taken away by any letter. It's only Nigerians that can decide who will rule them.
The former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, is a statesman in this country, having ruled this country for 8 years. However, I think he is not the only person or the person to tell us who to elect in 2019. Nigeria is made up of over 180 million people. And I think he should be in the position to allow us to make our own choices. He has said in his previous letters that although he has interest in Nigeria, he is not going to take active part in the politics, partisan politics. For some of us who are taking active part, we will make our judgments, because each time he makes some press releases, he is trying to say this person, apart from the current president, he said there was a candidate who came up and he said that candidate is not also suitable to be elected. It is not only when the candidate is suitable to the former president that is said to be electable. His reasons may be, somebody may not, may differ in what he thinks the president is all about. So I want to suggest that it's not wrong for him to have interest in Nigeria, but I think who we want to elect should be our business.
My position is clear and unambiguous. President Muhammadu Buhari has done his best. He has freed this country from years of larceny and theft, and there is a need for him to withdraw and simply anoint somebody whom he believes that shares his ideas, his ideals, his views, and who can carry Nigeria to the next stage. President Muhammadu Buhari is such a valuable asset that we do not in any way need to continue to apply pressure on him. And he should know that all those persons who are in the villa today calling on him to contest are doing that for their own personal political interest.
The statement by the former president continues to be the focus of discussions as Nigerians have been analyzing the issues raised, many of which are burning issues in the polity.